If you're facing Exodia, this card is a good idea. It's called Light Force Sword. This trick comes actually from the anime, since Yugi once used it versus an Exodia user. Uh, Weird, since things from the tricks from the anime generally don't work, but this trick actually does. Uh, what it does is that it randomly selects one card from your opponent's hand and removes it from play for 3 turns. So when you think your opponent has nearly completed Exodia, you can play Light Force Sword. Most likely you will remove an Exodia piece from play, since if he's almost assembled Exodia, his hand will most likely consist of Exodia pieces. And then you have 3 turns to kill your opponent. And Exodia decks aren't well known for their excellent field presence, so I think killing your opponent him in 3 turns is very doable. Um, Honest, it's a card, a side deck versus a deck that summons Light and Darkness Dragon a lot. Since when you can summon it and then you can activate its effect to return to the hand, Light and Darkness Dragon will try to negate it, but then Honest doesn't say you can only use that effect once per turn, so you can keep trying to use that effect, and Light and Darkness Dragon needs to keep negating it until he only has 800 attack points left, and then you can use Honest to kill your opponent's Light and Darkness Dragon. This trick also works with Treeborn Frog, since you can also keep trying to activate its effect. The Light and Darkness Dragon will also keep trying to negate it until he only has 800 attack points left. Morphing Jar 2. This card I recommend the side deck versus Absolute Elemental Hero Absolute Zero deck, since an Elemental Hero Absolute Zero deck will not necessarily an Elemental Hero Absolute Zero deck, but just an Absolute Zero deck. His field will most likely consist of Stardust Dragon and Elemental Hero Absolute Zero. And when Morphing Jar 2 is flipped face up, all cards on the field return to the deck, and then both players can pick up cards from their deck and send them to the graveyard until they have reached enough cards that can be normal summoned without a tribute, and place them face down, and the rest goes to the graveyard. And but the nice thing is that it only picks up sub monsters equal to the number of monsters that were returned to the deck, and Stardust Dragon and Fusion and Monster and Synchro Monster don't return to the deck, they return to the extra deck. So Morphing Jar 2 sends them all back, and your opponent doesn't get anything in return. This is Light Imprisoning Mirror and Shadow Imprisoning Mirror are cards that are also used for by new players who are just trying to build their side deck. They both cancel out the effect activation of dark monsters and light monsters. Well, Light Imprisoning Mirror does it for light monsters, and Shadow Imprisoning Mirror does it for dark monsters. Do yourself a favor and don't side deck use them versus any dark attributed base deck and every light attributed base deck. Since, for example, Blackwing monsters, they are not really that affected by it, since most of their effect, since Bora the Spear activates from the hand, and this card does not stop them from synchro summoning. And Light Imprisoning Mirror versus Lightsworn decks, it isn't such a bad idea actually, but don't use them versus any deck that uses that attribute. Only use it versus decks that use that attribute and use a lot of effect activations on the field. Imperial Iron Wall. This card says no cards can be removed from play. this card is obviously to use versus decks that remove cards from play, and also good versus deck that removes your cards from play, so returns from the different dimensions, since at the cost of half your life points, it returns all monsters that were removed from play back to your field. And I would like to end this tutorial with this card, self-destruction button. Well, depending on, it's good to inform first about what will happen if you use this card, since I think there are a couple of possibilities. I don't know how it officially works, but the idea is, if you've won the first round and you cite the self-destruction button and you are able to activate it, then you have one win and one draw, and there's only one duel left. So if your opponent wins that duel, it's a draw, and in any other scenario, you win the duel. Unless it is this rule is applied. The winner of the duel is the first one who has 2 wins. In that case, self-destruction button doesn't do anything anymore. Well, you can try something. If you've won the first round and you activate the self-destruction button, then you can claim that both players just get a win, so that's 2-1 for you, or you can play that both players get a half point, or you can claim that you simply don't know, and they will get a judge. He will inform to the rules, and your that'll take 10 minutes if you're lucky, and then you can win by running out of time. But that's about as dirtiest as you can play. So in other words, it's extremely fun. That's it. I think that's all I wanted to tell you. Have a nice day.